Hello, everyone, and welcome to the podcast. My guest today is Inga, and I put her up there in the top of my list when it comes to courage. She is so traumatized with the violence that happened in her family growing up, and at one point, her mother jumping off the roof in an attempt at suicide. And, I love you've checked in, so open your mind. Take a deep breath and join Inga and me as we identify the cause of her suffering and how to end it. Hi, sweetheart. You have a question?
Yes. Hi, Katie.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. This is going to be one belief at a time.
Mm-hmm. And what's your belief? What is the thought, your state of mind? What is the one belief?
That something is seriously wrong with me.
Ah, honey, you're not alone. That's very popular with the ego. It's got you. It's just, you're in the trance.
Yeah.
You're under a spell. Yeah.
Even when I came in now, you asked the question, and I was like, is this kind of thoughts of, is this really happening? And some sort of disassociation.
Mm-hmm.
And it feels like a dream.
Mm-hmm.
I experienced that a lot, so I'm not as scared anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But it's still very frightening.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I heard someone say this morning that public speaking, and to my mind, that's just speaking out.
Yeah.
Let's say public speaking out in any way is the number one fear. Is the number one fear. And the second greatest fear is death. So can you imagine that?
I feel like for me, the public speaking is coming in nearly like, am I doing this right? Will people gonna see me for who I am?
And it happens in a group of just you with someone else. So you and two or three people, or it's just, just speaking out.
It happens when I'm alone as well, a lot.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm in silence, alone at home. It feels like a dream.
Yeah, yeah. That's because it is. You're at home alone. There's no one there. It has to be a dream. It has to be in your head. You imagine the outside world, and so here we are. Here we are. So there's something wrong with you. What is the situation? An example.
Yeah. It started happening when I was little. I remember like now I was at home and it was just, everything just became very intense in the sense, like, again, I'm alone at home and I was just opening the drawer and everything just felt very intense. It's very hard to explain the feeling, but it just felt like very loud, all the sensations, and it's just like my head, I just felt like I was in just big balloon, and like all I wanted to do was just run away from that feeling because it was so extreme. And I told to my mom. They brought me to doctors and just said that it's just a part of growing up. And then I must have believed that something is wrong because I'm feeling it.
Okay.
Again.
So, sweetheart, let's be there at that drawer with that little girl, okay?
Yeah.
Pull out the drawer, and then that fear comes over you. So, can you be there now in that situation? Imagine yourself there. So, just be there now. And you're pulling out the drawer, and you have the thought, there's something seriously wrong with me. notice how you react. This takes getting really still. Be there now and notice how you react. The images of past and future that you saw in that situation when you were believing there is something seriously wrong with me.
There was a lot of shame, a lot of nearly like, I can't afford for something to be wrong because it's already wrong in the family. So I need to keep it all together.
Yeah. Okay, so you see those images of the past where you said or did something and you were reprimanded, scolded, shouted at, or they just gave you the look?
No,
Like
it was just a lot of violence in the family.
Okay. And so you're opening that drawer. You have the thought there's something wrong with me. The images in your head of the past were of violence. Your mom, your dad, the violence. Okay, so you see that past. And then you saw an image of that little girl. You also get in touch with the image of the future where it's going to happen again.
Yeah, I just feel like I'm unsafe as it is at home, and I can't. It's like whatever's happening to me, it's just going to be no space to that.
No space to.
Whatever is happening within me, whatever emotions are happening at that point, I'm not safe to show them, or I just had to deal with it.
Yeah. So the fear of speaking, of mentioning it, just anything more than being invisible.
To be silent.
Yeah. Okay. So honey, just be there now, little girl, opening the drawer. Look at those images of violence in the past that were going through your head and the ones in the future, and then how you just want to disappear because there's something wrong with you. You can't stop it.
I need to be perfect.
Yeah. You need to be perfect, and you can't stop being you. Okay. Or that violence is going to be aimed at you. Okay. Now I want you to understand, little girl, who would you be without those images of past, future in your head? I'm not asking you to drop them. I'm asking you just to get in touch with your hands on the drawer, your precious little feet on the ground, and just be there now. Look around. Are you in any danger in that situation?
No, I would just.
No, just be there now. I am. Just get in touch with it. There's no danger in that situation. Even though those images of past, future are running in your head, that you in the past, you in the future, and all the violence you witnessed, in that situation, other than what's going on in your head, those images, other than that, are you okay, little girl? Are you okay?
I'm okay. I just don't
Okay.
understand what's happening. That's all.
So just drop the I don't. Just give you now what you could not give you then, which is just the pure truth of it. The cause of your suffering then, not before, not after, but the cause of your suffering in that situation. Is the drawer hurting you? Is the ground falling out from underneath you? So just thank those images for sharing and just be there now. In reality, the reality of the moment.
I was afraid of the future.
And What if you're not afraid of the future? What if you're afraid of that movie running in your head? The movie, those are not your parents. You can't take them out of your head and put them on the palm of your hand and talk to them. That's imagination. That is the ego at work.
Some relieving to hear that from you. Thank you.
Well, my words are simply to guide you to what you already had. Peace. And an
It was so intense that I was so scared about it. It was just so
you were, honey,
present.
you were just under the spell of the ego. Under a spell. The ego showing you terrible things in your mind's eye. And you see you in that image, you see your family in that image, and then it shows you the future where it's going to happen again. But take those people out of your head. You can't take you out of your head. Little girl, you're opening the drawer. Be there with you. You need you. You're lost. You're hypnotized. It's a spell. So now, again, be there now. Just thank the images for sharing. You can't touch them, right? You can't, those are not people. That's imagination. And you're not doing it on purpose. It's a happening. This is Earth School. This is your school to understand the difference between what is real and what is not in any given moment. So be there and breathe. Let the little girl breathe. Be there now. Feel your hands on the drawer, opening the drawer. Get grounded. Feel your little feet on the ground. The ground's not falling away. It's there for you. The drawer is there to anchor you. It's there for you. Now, look around the room. Little girl, look around the room. Other than what you're thinking and believing, are you okay? Is there anyone or anything there? Are you in danger in any way in that situation?
No.
Yeah, there's something seriously wrong with you. Let's turn it around. There is not something seriously wrong with me. Other than what you're thinking and believing, is there anything wrong with you in that situation? So be there, stay there for that little girl. Let her wake up to that horrible dream in her head. That's the life of a believer. That little pumpkin thought, those were real people. But they're not in that situation. There's something seriously wrong with me. There's something seriously right with you.
Yeah, I wrote it to change it around. Yeah, it was like something is seriously right with me, and another one, something is seriously wrong with the world, with all of us. I said, we're all in this.
Well, they can afford it. That little girl is doing some serious work here. Work she couldn't do then, but it's never too late to free that little girl up.
she's still afraid to let go on
She
me.
doesn't need to. She just needs to know the difference between what's real and what's not.
But what if she's not hypervigilant and then she can't
Then she
survive?
suffers like the rest of us. You mean if you're not hypervigilant
Survive?
with what? With what you're thinking and believing? I can't be hypervigilant with what I'm thinking and believing. Mind happens just like it did for the little girl. And if it frightens me or upsets me or depresses me, I identify what I'm thinking and believing. I don't have to really identify it. It's identifying itself. That's my work. Offers itself up. We name it like fear and terror, depression, something wrong with me. And we move it from our head to paper. And we question it just the way you're doing. And I don't know another way out except an occasional epiphany. But the ego will just swallow that up. I don't call it the work for nothing. But eventually, you go back to where you came from, a state of mind that you can identify before suffering began. And then notice what is your first memory and do alone with yourself what we're doing here together now. Did your parents ever strike you? Did someone in the family ever strike you?
Oh, my mom, my dad, no. Just between them. And when you said the first memory, it's just like, I was two. And my first memory is my mom was trying to kill herself, jumping out the balcony at the 9th floor. And I was screaming in the corner. And I knew that.
So just be there now. You were watching her jump. Is that what you said? Okay, so be there now. Now notice she jumped, but she has not hit the ground yet. Can you see that?
Yeah.
You see it? Okay, so notice, little girl, how the ego showed you a future image of her hitting the ground. Can you see that? She's still in the air.
Yeah.
And you imagine her hitting the ground. And then you saw a future of life without your mother, no protection. And she hasn't even hit the ground yet. Did you follow that?
Yeah.
Okay. So notice the cause of your suffering is what you're thinking and believing before it happens.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you saw your life without your mother, and she hasn't even hit the ground yet. So, what is the cause of your suffering? Your mother jumping? Or what you were thinking and believing?
That's what, yeah.
Okay, so take responsibility for that. And to my mind, it looks like you really are.
Yeah.
So, did your mother traumatize you by jumping? No. Ego's work.
Yeah.
Ego's work. And are you thinking and believing that and seeing those images and all of that on purpose? No. That is the ego wanting to live in the world and doing whatever it takes to be you. Meaning, identified, ego is a state of mind attempting to be physical. Identity. But in this world, we call Earth, in this Earth school, no, what is the cause of your suffering? Nothing terrible happens in Earth school. What we're thinking and believing about Earth, ourselves and the people in it, that could use a little work. Just as you are showing us so clearly today how to understand the cause of your suffering. And you just understood it.
I know that to be true, yeah.
And there are no exceptions. And I invite you not to believe me, but to continue this work and to realize it for yourself. You're describing hell, terror,
Yeah.
trauma, no way out. And there are ways out, but what you're thinking and believing about taking those trips is as frightening as not.
Yeah. Yeah. It is an attachment to it, I guess.
Well, drop the I guess, test it.
It is.
I worked with a little 4 or 5-year-old girl years ago, and she put her hands on her little hips, and she said, well, why didn't someone tell me it was so simple? Yeah.
We need a bit of a fight beforehand, unfortunately.
You know what I love about the past? It's over. And anything your ego offers up in that arena belongs on paper. Because to go back and free yourself is to live in the present moment. It ceases to, it leaves you present. And that doesn't mean that that past and future in your mind doesn't happen. It's just that we take care of the terror. And in that, we wake up and we're aware of the rest. Like in a way that is not suffering, in a way that is just sane, that leaves us a clear way of dealing with situations in our life here in Earth. So now, watch your mother jump without that ego showing you life without her, what happens when she hits the ground, watch your mother jump without all that ego. She hits the ground. Continue to watch. Other than what you're thinking and believing, are you okay? And other than what you're thinking and believing, is she okay?
See a little bit more acceptance there, just more like, as we sometimes say, peace in the chaos. Just
good old reality, feet on solid ground. To me, that describes being adult at any age, awake. Now, notice this may be a little push because I don't know what physical position you're in as you watched it, but if you can, just walk over to her.
I see her in the corner, wrapped around in a ball and just screaming not to
Yeah.
leave her.
Yeah. So she's lost in a dream. Like you. So just walk over and sit by her. If you think touching her would make it worse, then just sit there and be still, and in case she needs you. And if she looks open to it, even in all that pain, you might just put your arms around her.
Yeah, that was it. Doesn't talk to me, but well, she's cute.
It's unnecessary. This is all for you, not her. What I just learned from you is she doesn't shove you away. That's a big deal.
Never moves up at me.
There's something seriously wrong with me. Turn it around. There is something seriously right. Again, be there in that situation. There is something seriously right.
There's just something seriously right with me.
Yeah. Because everything you're sitting in now was there, visible to you. And you're just catching up with what was already there. Woken up to the superfluous, which was ego just shoving all this not now at you. Not now, not ever. In that situation. Now notice how you treated your mother when you believed the thoughts when she was jumping, that horror coming, that little girl was thinking. And then she survived. Notice how you treat your mother, how you react when you think the thought, she's going to die.
I just see pain in them.
You
I
just
see pain in them.
Yeah.
I never blame them. I always see pain. But I blamed myself.
Yeah. Yeah. So blame's an interesting word. You know, you could say, I blame myself for what I was thinking and believing when she was jumping, but you didn't think that on purpose. You didn't say to yourself, I think I'll just terrorize myself and imagine she's going to die, and I'll imagine that and believe it. It's a happening. It's ego's attempt at survival.
Yeah.
So I'll say a word and try not to think of it. Mother, your mother, jumping. You saw it in your mind's eye.
Yeah, but it was a bit more space to it this time.
Yeah. Notice how different.
Yeah.
You're waking up to yourself. The relief will have everything to do with your physical health, your emotional health. You know, the work is, self-inquiry is giving you something that no doctor can give you. They help. They're a big help. But you're giving yourself something that no one else can give you. You know, that's why I always invite people, a worksheet a day. A worksheet a day, at least.
I'm very lucky, Katie, because I watched your like 2 recordings, and this is my first time ever going online with you. So thank you.
Oh, thank you. We're both just, and all of us sitting here today with you as our teacher are just, thank you for coming here and showing us the way. You know, when someone says, thank you, Byron, Katie, I follow the simple directions. I thank me. I thank me for the grace of showing up here. Because it would cost me you if I don't. That would be cheating myself.
I'm tired of hiding, and it's quite it's very restrictive way of living, you know.
Yeah. There's a song I play at the school for the work sometimes, and it goes, I went down in the hole to see what I could see. And when I got down in the hole, there wasn't nobody but me down in the hole. And I find that to always be the case. And thank you for your courage today.
Thank you for having me.
It's a privilege. Okay. Wow. Thank you, Inga. Sandra, you know, before we move there, I'd like a little feedback. What, those of you out there, what are you experiencing as you sit with our teacher today? What did you recognize? What did you become aware of? Hi, sweetie. Rebecca?
Hi,
Hi.
Katie. Hey. So I became aware of just how much freedom the work gives, and how you can look at the most difficult things in your life and find freedom with this. And I also became aware, but have been progressively becoming aware of how much in my life I would make up imaginary scenarios to think I was either protecting people, or I mean, it is crazy. It's totally crazy.
Good to know, right?
Totally.
That ego, it's crazy.
Yeah, it's really crazy. But I just got done teaching a training where over the weekend, where I had several people that actually had diagnosis of mental illness. An area where I thought that I didn't want to work, because I have a mother who has a formal diagnosis of that, and wanted some space from that. And I have to say, it's from doing this work and this practice that I was able to just meet each person where they were at, respond to each of them individually. The panic attack, the panic attack, and the tears. I was able to just put padding around, like literal padding around her, and speak to her and let her know that if she needed to fall over, she could go ahead and do that, and just try to take in as much of the lesson as she could. And it was all appropriate for each person. And before I would have taken all of that on. I would have projected stuff, and I was able to just have compassion and be present, and not make up stuff, not take that on.
Wow.
You can handle anything that comes your way with that. And I love you. Thank you so much.
Oh, sweetie. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, my beautiful, beautiful beings in this world. So, Stacy.
Hi. The part where you're going back to being a child and you put yourself there and you feel the safety, like I just so connected with the 5-year-old body. Like my body is a fiber, which I think I like left it at 5 years old.
Yeah.
And to reconnect with the feeling of those
stunning.
strong legs
It's
and the
stunning.
breath.
Isn't it just stunning to go back and retrieve?
I just can't believe it. Yeah.
Oh, I love it so much. I saw myself as a little, like 3 or 4-year-old, and I was in that kind of terror with arguments in the house, fighting. And I just felt so rejected. I want to leave, rejected and fearful. And I was in touch with, if I leave, what will I do? I don't know where to go. There's nowhere I can go to be safe. And so, fear of the unknown kept me where I am, where I was. And it's and then I took all those fears that I had as a little girl in my early work, and I worked them just the way we saw our incredible teacher today do. Yeah. Wow, good stuff, honey.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Beautiful. Thank you.
By the way, everyone, if you enjoyed this podcast, please give us a 5-star rating and review on iTunes. It really matters, and thank you for that. I love that you join me every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday from 9 to 10 a.m. Pacific time at homewithbk.com. Let's do the work.